Hello and welcome to another Santa Barbara Wargaming Battle Report. This one should be pretty quick, but I wanted to share with you my game against Duke. He brought a Gaspy3 Tier 3 list. It's got eGaspy, Mech Thralls, a Brute Thrall, Necrosurgeon, Stitch Thrall. Slaughterborn is proxying a Necrotech, but that doesn't come into play. Wither Shadow Combine, and the Wraith Engine. He's also got Malice in the list, and you'll see that he's also got some advanced deploy models. He's got a Pistol Wraith, a Scrap Thrall, and Cankerworm coming along with Gaspy, his little pet. I chose to bring in this 35-point game a eDoomshaper list. Definitely going against eGaspy, you don't want to give him too many souls, but surprisingly, this list definitely feeds his feet quite well, and so it was a trade-off. I didn't want to provide too many models on the field for eGaspy to chew through, but at the same time, I definitely wanted to try out eDoomshaper at a smaller point list. I had Mulg, a Mauler, a Bomber, and an Axer, and some Krillstone. Having a bunch of beasts are great, but being armor 18 is not as good as being armor 20, and especially breaking up, I don't have to provide too much. I don't have to feed the Krillstone that much, as we'll see in the game. So let's begin. Here is the front of my deployment. I thought I'd take a picture. There is no scenario, or we played close quarters, but it did not come into play into this game. You'll see Duke's beginning his first turn. He got the Pistol Wraith out really quick, right up, bunkered up against the tower. The Scrap Thrall out there by himself in case he gets taken out and blown up. And their Cankerworm moving up quite quickly with a 6-inch advance and a 6-inch infinity sprint. Moved up the Mech Thralls, get him up the field. He put Vociferon, I think is the name of eGaspy's Scarlock. He actually put him up at the front of the forest. Behind his hand, you will see eGaspy moving up the field, and though I did not get a picture of it, the Wraith Engine actually ends up right behind Vociferon within the forest. So him moving up first turn. My first turn, I really needed to get that Pistol Wraith dead and gone. He would easily be able to take out Mulg for 2 shots, and Mulg would be dead. So I definitely don't like that point swing in his favor. So I rushed the Mauler up 12 inches. I was able to easily get in range. I had then Primal Shocked, activated eDoomshaper, and Primal Shocked through the Mauler. So 4 Fury later, boosted to hit and boosted damage rolls. Definitely was very well worth it to get that Pistol Wraith off the field early on. You'll see with the rest of the models, I ran everybody up, except the Axer. You'll see he's far behind, doing an early rush, getting stuck behind the line. Krillstone moved up. I gave it 2 Fury from Doomshaper and popped the Aura for 1. Able to capture almost all of the models up front, keeping the Mauler up at armor 20 definitely helps out, especially with the debuffs available to eGaspy in this list. So, a poor picture of what really happened, but the Wraith Engine apparated 2 inches, but actually got stuck behind Vociferon and was actually forced to laterally apparate rather than apparate forward. Attempting to charge the Mauler, but actually failed, needing an 11-inch charge through the Cankerworm and Vociferon being incorporeal, and he actually just was shy by about 1/8 of an inch. He couldn't actually fail his charge um, because of the cankerworm being in that location, and so he actually had to scoot back. So we measured the range to see if he was actually able to charge, but we actually found out that he wasn't able to actually fit his base in there to charge the Mauler where he was, where he was 2 inches away because he just didn't have the range. So the Wraith engine actually was stuck far back, failing the charge. The Cankerworm then charged up, did an AP star attack against the Mauler, rolled abysmally poor. I think he rolled a 1-1-3 at dice damage. And then with that, with Gaspy's affinity, he then just basically pushed deeper in, tying up the bomber. So that was Duke's turn 2. I did not get any other pictures of this turn, but he basically moved up the Mechanthralls farther up, and then put Gaspy in a compromising position, as we'll see in a second. So this is my turn 2, and it gives you a better look of how Duke moved up for his turn. You'll see the Mechanthralls advance forward with the Stitch Thralls, Malice, the Brute Thrall hiding behind the tower. You can see the Wraith engine kind of in a unfortunate spot with the failed charge. And you can see Gaspy in the back there in his silver paint, silver bareness. He's right at the edge of the forest. What's very opportunistic for me is you can see there's a very nice open spot for right in front of Gaspy. With my Mauler up the field already for the Primal Shock, I definitely felt like it was really worth the chance to go for an assassination run. eDoomshaper is very good at delivering his war beasts at a very long range, especially with his feet, with +3 speed. With Rush in the list, I definitely can add a 5-inch bonus to my Mauler's move, making it a possible threat range of 13.5 inches. So with Gaspy up there, he definitely was very threatening. Duke definitely he was definitely not happy with himself in that he thought he should have popped his feet. Definitely with against eDoomshaper with a lot of beasts. He would get a soul as well as D3 health every time I forced my beast. And so it definitely would have helped him out. Ultimately, it did not come into play, so either or, it wasn't a big issue. So as you can see, this is just another picture of how he was lined up. You can obviously see there is a nice landing spot for the Mauler. So, as you can see down at the bottom, the mech thralls were removed. I was able to get some good bomber shots, decent enough to take out enough mech thralls that I did not need to force to trample. I actually only needed to charge in. So I had the Axer put Rush on the Mauler, just in case. I had eDoomshaper advance forward, put Primal or Wild Aggression onto the Mauler. And then I had the Mauler charge forward. We came to the conclusion after declaring the charge and the location, the end location of the charge, that the mech thrall in the front there would gain a free strike, getting a bonus from Dark Shroud from the Wraith engine being 2 inches closer. So the mech thrall rolled but didn't even break my armor or did not remove any of my systems. Even so, I had regeneration still available to me after I ended my charge. I could have then forced to regenerate and get all my systems back before I made the charge. I did not incur any free strikes from the Wraith engine because with the 2-inch reach and how I placed it, I was still within its front arc. So I was able to get up into Gaspy with Wild Aggression, which is an excellent upkeep spell. I was able to with my 2 initial attacks, boosted a charge attack, and the second boosted damage roll, I was able to fell Gaspy in one fell swoop. So very quick game, but I thought I'd share with you if you've never played against eDoomshaper, he can definitely deliver his beasts very quickly and efficiently with his feet, as well as he has the necessary upkeep spells and buffs available to him to really put the hurt out with these larger war beasts. So overall, it was a good game. We came to the conclusion that he would have only gotten one extra D3 after I chose to boost him before I made the roll. He would have gotten a D3, and we rolled the dice, and he would have only gotten 2 health back. It wasn't enough to offset my war beast having wild aggression up as well as charging for free. His feat really wasn't able to be that effective. I wasn't spending very much fury. I spent 1 fury on the second attack to boost damage, and that was all that was necessary. So multiple errors on his part, which we discussed afterwards. Not screening Gaspy, as well as he was really thinking that the Wraith Engine might be able to charge rather than maybe just running up and doing a little spreading Dark Shroud around and getting complementing the armor-piercing attack of the Cankerworm. So quick game. I'm going to have a rematch with him fairly soon now, and hopefully I will be able to share with you the outcome of that game. But I'm definitely excited to challenge eGaspy3 to some more battles. So I hope to share those, and thank you for listening, and have a good night.